What if the breakfast you grab because you are busy is the very thing setting you up for cravings, fatigue, and blood sugar roller coasters? A quick coffee, a bowl of cereal, oatmeal, a pastry on the way to work. Many people eat these foods without realizing how much sugar and carbohydrates they may have consumed before the day has even begun. But what if one simple replacement could give you more protein, reduce added sugar, and work for breakfast, sandwiches, grilled cheese, pizza meals, and even a fun dessert? Today, I'm sharing a practical option for busy parents, professionals, and anyone who wants to have a better morning without adding a complicated meal plan. If you're tired of sugar cravings, brain fog, fatigue, and all the conflicting health and diet advice, and you just want to know what's happening inside of your body, you're in the right place. I'm TaShawn Davis, holistic health coach, registered nurse, and metabolic health educator. I help you break sugar cravings through balanced blood sugar so you can take your health back naturally. So grab your favorite sugar-free drink, pop in those earbuds, and let's learn how to work with our body and not against it. Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Hey, welcome back, y'all. So we have ended our 4-week tour with the Metabolic Intensive. It was so beautiful. So many people learned and got value. The free events were a hit, and we were even able to speak to an assisted living facility and the kitchen staff and the admins who said after we spoke that they would definitely incorporate eating lower sugar and lower carbs. So this Saturday will be the first cohort for our metabolic intensive program. A few people have signed up, and I'm excited to be able to walk people through their health. Their lives will never, ever be the same again. I am looking forward to lab numbers decreasing and people just being the best that they've been, that their lives will be changed for the better, that they will have this new lease and that they will just run on and do all that God has purposed them to do, because now health is no longer an issue. It's good to be able to walk through it with a group of people who are like-minded and trying to do the same thing. If you didn't hear my last episode, definitely go back and listen to that, because it explains why doing life in a community is so important. There is actually a psychological issue that we're addressing that is the reason why people succeed more often in a group setting. So listen, I'm sorry if you didn't sign up yet, but I want to keep it nice and intimate for my group that's coming. So next cohort though, whatever God tells me to do, the next one, but you can always still reach out to me. We do have one-on-one coaching. And we do have the Health Beyond Weight Loss, Metabolic Health, and Insulin Resistance Facebook group. So pop on over there, ask questions, engage, look at recipes, and definitely sign up for the newsletter so that you can continue to get beautiful recipes and be able to see any insights that I may have in education. So share this with someone who may always be rushing through breakfast and may need just some more advice for their children back to school, or even busy parents, busy individuals who work. You may just need another option if you still eat breakfast. So let's talk about the mornings. For many parents, the morning begins before the children are even fully awake. You're packing your lunches, right? Finding shoes, answering questions, getting everyone dressed, and trying to make it out the door. The goal is to get out that door before the time that we need to be out the door. But for business owners and professionals, the morning may begin with emails, meetings, deadlines, commuting, and responsibilities that do not wait. So breakfast comes whenever and whatever is fastest. Maybe it's a bowl of cereal, maybe it's oatmeal with brown sugar and flavored syrup, maybe it's a quick pastry as you run to the subway. Maybe it's a sweetened coffee drink that feels like coffee, but is really functioning more like a dessert. And I want to be clear, this episode is not about shaming you. Been there, done that, do that sometimes, right? It's about just becoming aware of what we're consuming and making better choices. Don't we need to make better choices to have better effects on our energy, hunger, our cravings, and our blood sugar? This is all about let's do better. Once we learn better, we do better, right? So while researching this topic, I remembered a demonstration that I seen by Bobby Parrish years ago. He demonstrated a Dunkin' Donut holiday peppermint mocha, and I forgot how much, y'all, how many carbohydrates and sugar this drink had. Check this, 197 grams of carbohydrates and 186 grams of sugar in a little thing of iced coffee. And then he compared that amount to approximately eating 93 powdered munchkin donuts. I said 93, y'all, not 9, not 3, 93, almost 100 little munchkins. And this shocked the crap out of me. I'm like, wow. When I didn't care, look, it tastes good. It gave me the caffeine. Did I even realize that I was falling asleep about an hour later? I didn't care. It was just because I was tired. I didn't get enough sleep. But that thing probably had my blood sugar on a million. But how many people are consuming things like this in the morning, and we call it breakfast or a quick pick-me-up? A drink can be easily overlooked because we don't chew it, but the body still has to respond to the sugar and carbohydrates inside of it. And depending on the person, a large sugar load may contribute to a large rise in blood glucose, followed by hungers, cravings, fatigue, irritability, and difficulty concentrating. That doesn't mean one drink automatically causes anxiety or depression. Those conditions may have other causes, but blood sugar shifts definitely could affect how some people feel throughout the day. I love to study under Georgia Ede, who has pioneered this. She's a psychiatrist, and she's done a lot of work with metabolic health and correlating it with, some of the sugar and carbohydrates. So think about this. Have you ever noticed that a child can wake up calm and relaxed, eat a very sugary breakfast, and then suddenly they have the zoomies, become restless and emotional and difficult to settle? Breakfast can be a factor worth observing whenever they do that. Breakfast can definitely be, it's what we just fed them. Did you notice that it happens after these high sugary foods? And adults may experience a similar shift, but we usually do not run around the house, right? We will look crazy. We just ate cereal or whatever. We can't run around the house. We got to sit down, concentrate, and be still, right? But you can find your body becoming anxious, or after a while just getting yawns and tired and tapping your foot and all the things. But it could be because your blood sugar is just spiking, going up and down. It's time to reach for another coffee or something sweet. We may assume we need more motivation when our body may simply be responding to what we've consumed. This is why I teach people, observe the patterns. We need to be observing, I just ate this, now how do I feel? Instead of just blaming, this is just how I am, I've been like this. We need to be asking, like, what did I eat? What did I drink? How did I feel afterward? How long did I stay satisfied? Did I begin to crave something else soon after I ate? And so this all gives us information, not judgment, but just information. What was it? So we can change one thing at a time. One of the things my coach reinforced us to do this week is one thing at a time. This is important for health changes because people are already overwhelmed. We don't need 25 different rules to follow. We need one clear action that we can understand and practice. So today I'm not going to ask you to completely redesign your kitchen. Just consider, can I replace my breakfast with something less sugary? Something that can provide more protein, reduce added sugar, and be useful in several different ways. And that replacement could be a chaffle. I don't know if y'all have heard of a chaffle before, but it's one of my favorite staples, CHAFFLE. And it's generally made with egg, almond flour, or coconut flour. It could be made with cheese and a little bit of baking powder. And you put it in a mini waffle maker, and you can make several things with it. It's a savory, light flavored waffle style food. It's based on protein and fat rather than flour and sugar. It can be used as a lower carbohydrate replacement for several foods. The exact nutrition will depend on the recipe. but it can be a practical way and a more filling option. Compared to a sugar-heavy breakfast or a refined flour option, a thoughtfully prepared chaffle may help someone create a more protein-centered meal. So how can you use the chaffle? For breakfast, you could actually use it as a waffle with sugar-free syrup. And then you can have your eggs, your bacon, your sausage, or whatever else you're having. Instead of beginning the day with mostly sugar and starch, you can build a meal that can help you feel satisfied longer. You can even have like a little chopped egg and cheese sandwich if you like to go to McDonald's or something and get something like that. For lunch, you can use the chaffles in place of bread for your sandwiches. So you can make like a bacon, lettuce, and tomato sandwich. You can tuna, whatever. It could be helpful for someone who wants to reduce that carbohydrate and sugar without feeling like you're eating just plain food. You could use it as a grilled cheese sandwich or anything. I love, because back to school time, I love to teach my clients to get in the kitchen with their children and make a pizza on Saturdays, make a chaffle pizza. And then you can also make it as a churro. That's a fun thing because I crave cinnamon and sugar during the fall. So to be able to make like a cinnamon sugar chaffle during the fall time, that will satisfy me. I won't need those cinnamon sugar donuts because you can make them hot straight out the waffle maker and voila. Goodness. So protein matters in the morning. Many breakfasts are primarily carbohydrates. Why protein matters in the morning? Protein can support satiety and help create a more balanced meal. When people begin their day with a more filling option, they find it easier to manage cravings and make intentional choices later. One waffle can erase, or chaffle can erase years of metabolic dysfunction, but it's a better decision and a better way to have a better pattern for your breakfast and for your options. So for the next week, don't try to change every meal. Choose one morning, prepare one chaffle-based breakfast or food replacement. Then observe how your hunger, your cravings, your energy, your concentration, how long you stay satisfied, how your blood sugar responds if you monitor it, and collect that information. Your body is giving you information every day. The goal is to learn how to listen to it. I want to encourage you today because many people believe health change has to be dramatic to count. It doesn't, y'all. Sometimes progress looks like making breakfast before you're starving. Sometimes it looks like choosing a better replacement instead of reaching for the fastest option. Learning from one meal and trying again at the next. God is not asking you to change your entire life in one morning, but be faithful with that next decision because you are needed in this hour and you are needed well. As you learn to care for your body, remember the small acts of stewardship can support the purpose that God has placed in you. If this episode has encouraged you, visit healthbeyondweightloss.com to learn more about metabolic health education, coaching, and upcoming programs, along with practical resources. You can also find my books, Sugar Deception and Uproot the Cravings, through the links in the show notes. They're on Amazon. And remember, get healthy first, and the weight will follow. Be sure to share this episode with many people you love that you feel like would benefit from it. And remember, be patient with yourself. Love yourself. You're doing amazing. You're an amazing person. And everything that's heard here is for educational purposes only. And don't forget to go back and check out my last episode at why community is important in your healthcare journey. I see you on the next episode. Alrighty, my friend, if this episode has helped you understand your body a little bit better and helped you have the confidence to make better informed healthcare decisions, share it with someone you know who may be struggling with sugar cravings, brain fog, or fatigue, because they may not even realize that blood sugar could be the reason. And also leave a review because it really helps more people find this. Remember, the goal is to reverse 1 million type 2 diabetes in my lifetime. And as always, I want to remind you the harvest is plentiful, but the laborers are few. And some people are fighting every day just to have the health and energy to live their everyday life that they were called to live. So I am praying for your health. I am praying for your strength, and I'll see you on the next episode.